So, I don't know if you know this or not. I mentioned this in another video. I recently hired a personal trainer, and I've had one before. My first personal trainer helped me lose 100 pounds, and I've maintained that weight loss for the past 4 years. And I'm on year five of, being in a healthier space, this newfound weight loss, this new body, this transformation. And I had stopped utilizing the personal trainer that I had, and I decided to, try to do things on my own. I know how to lift weights. I know how to eat healthy, right? So I was like, I don't need a personal trainer anymore. I can do this on my own. I got it. But I noticed that I became kind of stagnant in my journey, in my fitness abilities, being able to get into the best shape of my life. Just really locking in on my nutrition. Sometimes I'll fall off and I'll eat more snacks than I should, right? And I noticed I was staying stagnant now for about a year and a half. And one of my goals is to have a six pack. And if you know anything about fitness and health, a six pack is by far the hardest to achieve. One, because belly fat is the last to go. And two, that six pack is formed in the kitchen, not necessarily in the gym. And I was struggling with this. I've had this goal since I first started my weight loss journey almost 5 years ago, and I still don't have the six pack. And I came to the realization I need to stop fighting myself. I don't have it all figured out, even though I've come very far. That journey that I took was with the help of a personal trainer. I didn't lose weight by myself. I had a personal trainer. I had somebody, guiding me, teaching me, coaching me, someone holding me accountable, right? So I realized that by me no longer having a personal trainer, that was probably doing me more harm than good. And I realized I think it's time to hire a personal trainer again. And I did. I'm on week 3 of training with my new trainer, and things have been going really good. Every single day, he's asking me about what I ate. And it's not even just when we're doing our session. Even when he's texting me, he's asking me, are you eating right? And sometimes he has caught me, like, I'll see the message and I literally have a bag of popcorn in my hands ready to devour. And I'll see that message and I'll be like, no, I'm not eating right. Let me put this down. I believe, and I've seen in my own life, I have always been the most disciplined, the most accountable. I've gotten the best results when I was always working with someone who was doing better than me in that thing. Always. It's not even just with weight loss, it's with business. It's literally been with everything. And I think sometimes our pride and our ego might take over. I know I've done it. Like I said, I felt like I had it under control. I don't need a personal trainer anymore. So let me go to the gym by myself. Let me, lock in. I can get the six pack on my own. And I still wasn't getting it done, right? It's something about having somebody holding you accountable regularly that does something different. There have been times I have to be at the gym at 4 a.m. and I'm up around 3 a.m., 4 a.m., right? But I'm not going to lie. I'm human. At the end of the day, there have been times where I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to be there, but I forced myself to go because my personal trainer was waiting for me. If I didn't have a personal trainer, I would have easily been like, you know what? Today's not the day. I'm not feeling it. I'll just go the next day, right? And maybe the next day, same crap. I've been doing good. Let me go the next day, right? But when you have someone who's literally waiting for you, when you've already committed to something and there's someone there holding you accountable, it forces you to lock in. I have to send in weekly progress pictures. So if there's no progress being seen, then now I have to answer to him. Like, what's going on? You said you've been eating clean. I know you're putting in work in the gym. The math ain't mathing, right? He doesn't have me getting on a scale. He doesn't believe in scales. It's all progress pictures. And so it's just given me this new level of accountability and discipline over these past few weeks by having a personal trainer back in my life. And I feel so happy about the decision that I made to get one. And actually today what's crazy is he's a bodybuilder, but he's already very, very, very lean, very muscular. He's very in tune with his nutrition and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, I just sent in my progress pictures for my coach. And I was like, what? You have a coach? What do you need a coach for? And he was like, oh, yeah, of course I have a coach. Every coach needs a coach. Everybody needs somebody to hold them accountable. Even if you think you know everything, there is always something to learn. There is always someone who knows more than you in that thing. And I was like, wow, it's crazy because to me, he is like top tier fitness. And the fact that he still has a coach, it just amazed me, right? And it's true. There's always something to learn. There's always someone who knows more than you. And I do believe that everybody needs to be held accountable. And a lot of times like I said, the ego and the pride will we think we're above the program, right? We think that we're already disciplined. We think that we already know how to hold ourselves accountable, so we don't really need someone else to do it for us. But that's not true. I've even told you guys, when I started my first online business, I didn't know what the hell I was doing, like at all. And I took my last $200 and I invested it into coaching, right? That was my last $200. I've made several other videos about this. And, the woman who I paid coaching for, she was already making $10,000 a month. That's what I was trying to do because I was making $0 at the time. And it was by far the best investment I made in myself. She taught me so much, right? And that just goes to show how important it is to have a coach in your life with whatever it is you're trying to achieve. Same thing when I started my online coaching business last year, January 2025. I had a business mentor teaching me like how to run a TikTok live, how to get more viewers in, what kind of things to say to really, get people to connect with you. She taught me all about ChatGPT. I wasn't using ChatGPT before this at all. I had heard about it, but I wasn't really on it like that. So she taught me so much in that realm. And I made a lot of money. My platform grew. Like this YouTube channel, at the time of recording this video, I think we're at like 6,000 subscribers. So it was just so much that I learned every single time I had a coach. Same with my first personal trainer. He taught me everything. I lost 100 pounds, and I had been trying to lose weight even before I hired him and never was successful at it, kept yo-yo dieting, couldn't stick to the program. Then I got with him, learned so much, right? He was holding me accountable every single day, and I lost all that weight. 100 pounds. And here I am again, another personal trainer trying to get this six-pack goal, right? So it's always someone who knows more than you. And when you lock in with someone who's doing better than you, right, it just unlocks this new level of accountability, the way you see yourself. I don't like to use the phrase you're answering to someone because I know that can sound kind of like childish, but I don't really know how else to phrase it. When someone is checking in with you regularly, like, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing? It forces you to not fall off, right? Because there's someone who's expecting you to succeed in that thing because that's what you paid them to do, right? And they're going to make sure that you do it. So invest in yourself. Every coach needs a coach. You're not above the program. You don't know everything. Ego and pride gets you nowhere. And I promise you, if you lock in with someone who's doing better than you in whatever that thing is, right, and you do what you're supposed to do on your end, you're going to get the results that you want. Leave a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. I cannot wait to read what you have to say. Also, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And do not forget to join the Patreon. The link is down below in my description. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.